Hi everyone. I hope we are live now. Maybe let's wait a few more seconds and we can get started. If you can hear this properly and you can see the screen clearly, then please message on Slack. We'll be starting in a few seconds. I think it's working well. Let's get started. So, last session, we did a quick introduction to Cloud Code. We built a mini project. Today, we will be doing the same. We will try to understand more on Cloud Code, and we will be working on a new project. I got a quick idea few minutes ago, and then from idea to complete product, we will see how to build it quickly. So for that, we will be using Cloud Code. To use Cloud Code, you have to have Cloud subscription. Uh, it comes in three different subscription model: Pro, Max 5x, and Max 20x. You can start with Pro. Pro is like 17 US dollar. If you're in Australia, it's like $33, something like that, or $30. Um, Once you sign up, you have to install Cloud Code. To install Cloud Code, you can just copy this npm install -g at Anthropic AI Cloud Code on your terminal. It should install the Cloud Code. If you haven't installed npm, you can Google on how to install npm on Mac or Windows, depending on your OS. I think with this we can get started. Once you have installed Cloud Code, we can connect Cloud Code directly with your cloud account. So you don't have to pay for API usage. With your $20 subscription, it comes automatically. So what I did here is I created a new terminal, and here you just type Claude, and then that comes straight away. It says currently I'm in this folder lesson 2, and this is very similar to how you use Claude or ChatGPT. You can ask anything related to programming or any task. What it does is this Cloud Code has access to internet, and also it has access to all your local files in the current folder, and it can write code, it can execute code, it can edit code, even it can list the files in the current folder. So this is great for agentic coding. Let's say you are working on a project. What are the things you usually do? The same Cloud Code can also do the same. So maybe let's come up with an idea, and then we will work through how to implement that. So just before the meeting, I wanted to build a research agent that takes a research topic. For example, let's say I want to know how to reduce screen time and other addictive behaviors. I wanted to know what are the recent research in this topic. We will be creating a user interface where the user can ask any question, and our agent will do the web search. It will write. We will create a few agents to do that. For that, what I did is just before the meeting, few minutes ago, this is what I typed: OpenAI agents SDK TypeScript with web search. And then I scroll down. Then I click this one, OpenAI agents SDK TypeScript. Yeah, it's this one, GitHub. So here we have like so many example code or here. I'm not going to read anything. The goal today is like with the less time, we are going to build something really well polished web app. So we will be creating an agent that has a few other agents that takes a task from the user, and then it split the task into a few related subtasks, and each agent will work through it, and then finally we will see some output. So that's a very vague idea. Let's see how to implement that. Before that, we are going to use OpenAI. To use OpenAI, through API, we need API access. So you have to go to platform.openai.com/usage, and here you can click API keys, then click new API. You will see some API. Once you got the API, just put the API in .env file. I have added my API already here, .env. And in the .env, I created one more just to show you. You just type OpenAI underscore API underscore key, and then you paste your API key. I think that's pretty much to get started. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, please ask on Slack or on YouTube comments. I'll try to monitor both. Cool. So now, okay. So now we are going to build an agent. To build an agent using OpenAI, we need to understand their code base. This is the code base, and this is their documentations. Usually, if I'm working on some new project, I spend some time understand their quick documentations. I start with some quick start gate. This is quick start, and then I do the installations. Then I run a few things and execute and see the results, and then I try to go through most of the subsections. I did this for OpenAI. I also did this for Gemini and Anthropic. I read their documentations and then execute one by one. That's how I understand things on documentations on new libraries. But today we don't have a lot of time right now, so we are going to rely more on Claude Code to read the documentation, understand, and then it will write code to do that. So what I'm going to do is we are going to build some context. To build context, we are going to use this website, git-ingest.com. Here I got a GitHub repo. This repo has OpenAI agents JavaScript. This repo has so many example code. If I click examples, there are so many examples are there. Even there is a research agent. I'm sure this research agent may search internet. Let's see. Yeah, it search. There is a web search tool available. So I think if you pass these kind of example code, the Claude Code will figure it out how to do this. So what I'm going to do is, let's say I always start with like full context. Let's copy this and put it here, and then click ingest. Let's see how many tokens are there. So Claude has 200,000 tokens maximum, but here the entire repo, this is like 600,000 tokens. So we cannot copy paste and put it on Claude Code, because Claude Code, the limitation is it has only 200,000 tokens. That's their context window. But here the entire project is like 600,000 token. So now what I do is, maybe I go to example, copy the examples and put it here, ingest. It's loading. So that's like 69,000 token. Maybe that's a good start. Maybe let's do that. Let's start with 69,000 tokens, because we cannot ask a lot of questions with 69,000 token. I will see how I do things in practical way. So you will learn a few comments as well. What are the things I do in working in some real projects? We will follow the same. So let's say we decided to use all 69,000 tokens. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all, paste it here. Yep, maybe, yeah, I'm pasting. It's a lot of tokens. It may take 5 to 10 seconds. Still pasting. I think it's still pasting. It's a lot. Okay, this is like 10,000 lines of code. Uh, yeah, maybe let's try. Let's say you're working on really big code base. Usually this will happen. You have to deal with a lot of tokens. Currently we are like 69,000 token. I don't think we can ask more than 3 4 questions, because each question will follow the previous tokens as well. So let's give it a go. If it failed, I will see some workaround. We will work. Yeah, we'll work it out. Cool. So now I'm going to type. I have provided OpenAI code examples. Please go through it and build. Actually, my plan is to build a Next.js web app, like a well polished web app, but I'm not going to build everything at once. What I'm going to do is I want to build very simple, because usually when you ask like Next.js web app, Claude Code uh, cannot build things in one go, so it has to deal with few um, few questions few times. So to do that, to avoid that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a very simple JavaScript file that takes a user input and then execute things, get things done. Once that's done, we can clear all the prompt, and then we will create sorry we will clear all the prompt, and then we will rebuild the Next.js app in a well polished way. So most beginners, they might miss this detail. They try to build the Next.js web app indirectly in one go with a lot of tokens. In practice, it may not work well. So I'm going to build something very small. Once we get something small, we can delete all the previous tokens, because we know we have some working product. Then we can iterate more to make it really well polished. Okay, and build a simple. I think this code is TypeScript or JavaScript. Okay, it's both TypeScript and JavaScript. Simple TypeScript app that takes a user question, create and uses agents to do research on the current topic related to the question, and write it like a report. Yeah, maybe let's start very simple. I have provided my API key, OpenAI API key in .env file in the current folder. So this is my simple prompt. I provided a lot of information in the context that has all the code base, so our model will figure it out how to work it out. Then this is our base prompt, and then I provided my API key in the .env file. Yeah, maybe let's enter and see how it goes. Yep, cool. So while it's running, there is one more thing. I use CC usage. I think this one. CC usage is like another tool library where it can track how many tokens we are using and what's the cost associated with it. So currently we are dealing with a lot of tokens, like 69,000 token. So far we spent like $2.49. Since we have access to cloud subscription, we don't have to worry about the cost. We are not paying anything. It's just there to track something. And the model we are using is Opus 4. If we run out of Opus 4 like usage, we can switch it back to Sonnet 4. Cool. Yep. So it started working on it, and it says, do you want to make this edit to package.json? It has created some edit, and I can say yes, and don't ask again this session. Enter. So now it's working on creating few things. And it also Cloud Sonnet 4 and Opus 4, they are thinking model. It also think and execute things. Currently it's going to run this bash command, creating a new folder, make directory, and src. They are creating a new folder. I can say yes and don't ask again. So whenever it has to create a new folder, it won't ask me again since I provided that. And we can track all the things in Cloud settings. Allow bash make directory. We are allowing this to access without our permission. Okay. Now it's thinking, and it's going to create 3 agents: planner agent, search agent, writer agent. This is good. If I'm working on some agentic AI projects, um, like a deep research, something like that, I might come up with 3 or 4 agents very similar to this one, planner agent. The planner agent takes our big user question task and then divide the task into small steps like a planning agent. Then a search agent that takes some user input, I mean agent input, and then it does the search and gives the results to the planner agent. Then the planner agent or orchestrator agent, it may take all the input from these two, and once it has everything ready, it puts all the results to the writer agent, and the writer agent will understand all the information and it try to produce like a report. So currently we are dealing with like 5,000 tokens and it's still growing. Let's delete. Yep. So far we spent $4. Okay. It has created these 5 tasks and it has finished these 5 tasks already. And now it's creating a README. The README will be helpful to understand how to run things. Yep. The README is there. Okay. So now it's checking whether it has created all the things. Yeah. The env file exists. Now let me create a simple example script to demonstrate the application's capabilities. Example queries. That's good. Let's see how many tokens. Cool. Yeah, I think it finished everything. Yep. So this is the structure it has created. It added a SRC folder. In that SRC folder, it has created these agents. Research manager, that's like a orchestrator, orchestrates the research workflow. And the agent definitions are here: 3 agents: planner, searcher, writer. Then this is a client entry point, which is good. Okay, it has everything. Maybe now let's see how to run this. It also gives me this instruction: npm install, npm run dev. Let's do that. Npm install. Okay, it found some issues. Maybe let's copy this. Let's delete this. Cool. So I can paste it here. OpenAI agents version 0.1.0. Maybe let's Also see what's the OpenAI version. Quick start. Okay, let's copy this. This is the way to install. Even if I'm not copying that, it will do a web search and figure it out. I'm just trying to make a little bit easier for it. Cool. Okay, it sees the issue. The OpenAI agents package is not published on NPM based on example supervisor with local or space package. Let me fix. I think let's see. Let's copy this. We can also cancel it because it's going to rewrite the code to use standard OpenAI SDK library instead of the agents framework. So we can interrupt anytime. It will figure it out what happened, what went wrong. Now I'm going to force it. Like I know, because this is one of the issue when we deal with very new libraries. This agents library is very new, so we can provide more information on how to install. Uh, let's see. Yep. Also, another interesting thing is I can also take a screenshot. Um, take a screenshot and copy. I copied, and then here I can also paste it. Usually on Mac you do Command V to paste, but on Claude Code it's Control V. Control V. Once we do Control V, it says this image is copied. Even though this is terminal, like we can do very powerful workflow. So now our model can see what's here, and it can also see what's inside that 110 lines. So let's see what it does. Okay, yeah, it's C. OpenAI agents is actual npm package. Let me update the package correct very constraint. Okay, now it's installing few things. Okay, now it has installed successfully. This is great. Now if we run this, it should be fine. Yeah, everything is up to date. It installed. Now what we can do is, even it's trying to run, maybe let's run it ourselves, or let's use this. Okay, maybe let me do the same. Npm run dev. Okay, what would you like to research? My question is, uh, how to reduce screen time and other addictive behaviors. Okay, now it's starting the research process. Planning research search. It created 7 search queries, and currently it's performing web searches. It searched health effects of too much screen time. It searched current research on overcoming behavioral addictions, mindful techniques for behavioral addiction, digital detox tips, how to reduce screen time affection. Okay, this is pretty good. It's doing research on these topics. Okay, it does everything, and then once it does the search, it provides all the details to the writing agent. The writing agent will write this, and it gives you these things. Maybe would you like to save this report? Let's see what happens. Report saved to this saved like a markdown. Oh, sorry. Yep. Cool. Strategies to reduce screen time and overcome addictive behaviors. This is pretty good. Okay, so now what we can do is we are going to enhance this a little bit more. But to do that, I will show you my workflow. I'm happy with this. This takes our question, and then the agent will split the task into multiple small chunks. It searches, it plans, and then it writes. I'm happy with this. This is a great outcome quickly. Now what we can do is let's go to Claude Code. If you see this, it also says it's approaching Opus usage limit. So um, Opus has some limit. Let's do this one model. If you click model, currently we are using Opus. Opus 4 for complex tasks reaches usage limits faster. Since we have done all the heavy lifting, now the second work we are going to do is we are going to create a well polished Next.js app. To do that, we don't need very powerful model. Sonnet 4 should be fine. Tanmay is asking, do you think the model might hallucinate while writing the report? It may hallucinate. Since nowadays we are using powerful model like GPT-4o and other things, the hallucination would be less. The reason is if you uh, see our output, you can maybe it's here. Yeah, if you see our output, it also try to web search. It's not the model is not writing from its own knowledge. It also does the web search, find all the results. Since it has does the web search and it has all the results in its own context window, it uses that to write everything. So I feel like it won't hallucinate too much, but it's good to try with some complex queries and test yourself. um, this would be less hallucinated one compared to asking it to write something without doing any web search. So this is a good question, Tanmay. Cool. uh, Now what we can do is maybe we will start with um, maybe before building web app, let's focus a little bit on Tanmay's question. His question is, do you think model might hallucinate? What we can do is maybe it does some research, right? It does some search. If you see this one, it yeah, it's here. It does some web search. Since it does some web search, we can access its what are the links it has seen. Maybe in our report, we can add some references at the end, showing we used these web searches to write these documentations. Maybe let's do that. Okay, to do that, since we are very much close to our context window, maybe let's switch to Sonnet model. Now I changed to Sonnet. You can see currently I'm using Sonnet model. Even though we are using Sonnet 4 model, it still has access to all our previous conversations. So that's good. Now I'm going to focus a little bit more on extracting um, web search websites as a reference. Let's do that. Go to examples and go to research agent, and let's see. Okay, we can also build some verifier agent. Let's see main.ts. Uh, agents. Let's see what's happening in the verification. You are a meticulous auditor. You have had till okay. This is focusing more on finance. Okay, so what I can do is I can do a quick search. Open AI agents TypeScript web search with references. Okay. Okay. There is a way to extract the citations. Maybe what we can do is, let's say, maybe let's copy it fully. Since it's JavaScript, it will figure it out. I copied everything. I'm going to paste it here. Um, Enhance our output with proper references. Please use the above example code. Uh, Maybe that's fine. Let's enhance our output with proper references. Uh, yeah, maybe it will figure it out. It should be fine. Now I'm going to read what's it's going to plan. If I'm not happy with that, I just click escape. What it says is update agents to use OpenAI web search tools with citations. Yeah, it figured out it has to do with citations. Modify report generations to include citations. Okay. uh Test and enhanced application with web search. Okay, let's see how it goes. And Scott asking how do you find using Claude Code compares with Llama local response time if you wish to keep it private. I think currently there are quite a few powerful models. Even there is a model from Gemini that's very capable and it can run on your local. Um, I think that's a good idea. If I'm looking for really high quality output, and if I don't care about too much on my data, I prefer to use something like Cloud Code or any other powerful model. Even Gemini has similar version of Cloud Code. It's called Gemini Client, Gemini CLI. Gemini CLI uses Gemini 2.5 Pro, and there are some open source alternative as well. Yeah, we'll maybe after spending a few time with Cloud Code. In future, we'll play with the different varieties of tools, focusing heavily on privacy. Thanks, Scott. Good question. I think it modified a few things and in installing. Cool. Now it's running. Maybe let's run. Let's ask the same question. How to reduce screen time and addictive behaviors. Cool. Okay, it created a few search queries. Effective ways to reduce screen time for adults and children, psychological approaches. Now it's performing web search with citation tracking. Okay, it found 12 citations. And is searching one by one. Later, this is very simple one. Later, I might try to do all the web search in parallel, so I don't have to wait for one by one. But here it's fine. I think we are in a very good direction. I'm curious to see how many citations we are getting in the report. So it does fifth search. I think it's doing the final one. Thanks, Tanmay. That's a good idea as well. Okay, got into some issue while writing the report, and error occurred. Sort field is optional. Okay, maybe let's copy this and put it here. It will figure it out. So this Zod is a library for showing the JSON schema things. Okay, it has updated a few things. Okay, cool. It says all citation will be properly tracked and formatted with clickable links in the final report. Maybe let's run this again. My topic, copy this, paste it here. Yeah, last time it did 6 different search, and this time it's doing different 6 search. It may take 30 to 40 seconds. We could definitely do this in parallel next time. It's almost done, the last one. Okay. It does the research, found all the information. Now it passes everything to the report writing agent. The report writing agent is writing a report with citations. So while it's running, let's quickly Yep. So now you can see it has written the report, and then in the report it also provided citations with a lot of links. Maybe let's click a link. Let's click this link. Copy, paste. Yep. 7 tips for managing screen use. It definitely didn't hallucinate, I guess. Cool. So it used like 13 links. Would you like to save the report? Yes. Yeah, report is saved. And let's read this. Okay. So it provided some tips, behavioral therapies for addictive behaviors, mindfulness and recovery, conclusion, and suggested areas. I think, okay. I think while saving the report, it didn't save the, maybe I'm using the wrong one. Yeah, sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. Oh, so this is the one. Yeah, it provided sources for this section. For each section, it provides the sources, so we can trust that it definitely didn't hallucinate too much. Cool. Uh, so you got some idea now. We can enhance each section and ask it to write, maybe ask it to write 2000 lines of maybe, yeah, 2000 words, something like that. This is quick and easy one. This is pretty good. I like this. Okay, so now we got some rough things ready. Now what I do is I'm going to finish the session in 5 minutes. But before 5 minutes, we will see how we can polish this really well. Okay, first of all, what I'm going to do is, you can see we are almost nearing the context. The context window for Sonnet 4 and Opus 4 is 200,000 token, and we have only like 14% left. What I can do is, there are two options. One, clear. If I do clear, it clears all the previous context. And then the second one, compact. It clears the history but keep a summary in context. So I like to have a summary in the context. So in the summary, it may say, we created a simple tool that does the research, and then it uses OpenAI library, things like that, so that I don't have to retype these things again and again. It keeps these things in the memory. Yep, it's summarizing everything and creating some tokens. Okay, yeah, so this is the compact summary, and the summary is, you can see control R. If you do control R, you can read it fully. So it summarized these things. What are the things it has done? What are the tools it used? So this is a very good summary, so that I don't have to uh, do this again and again. So I can click control R. Now we are back to Claude Code. Uh, there is a comment. You are still using cursor. I swapped to WinSwap for a little while. Swapped back to cursor. Yep. Um, Actually, I started using cursor like 1 year, more than 1 year ago, I guess. And then recently, 3 4 months ago, I moved to Windsurf. I really enjoy using Windsurf. Now I'm back to cursor. The reason is Windsurf. They when Claude 4 got launched, Sonnet 4 and Opus 4, they don't have first party access to these models. So I had to use different models on Windsurf. So I switched back to cursor. But nowadays, to be honest, I don't use cursor too much as well. Claude Code is my go-to, but I still pay like $20 per month just to experiment and experience new features. Cool. Okay, so now let's spend 5 minutes build a well-polished web app. What I can do is model. Maybe let's use Sonnet 4 is good. Let's use Sonnet 4, and um with my current code, enhance it with, yes, turning Next.js web app. Yeah, this is good to start. Also, if you have some inspiration, you can take a screenshot of the web app and you can paste it here and ask it to build in similar way. Now it created some task. Cool. It's installing a few things. React Markdown. This is for showing the Markdown. Okay, maybe let me copy this. No, let's wait. You can see what it's doing here. So we spend like close to $10, but we are not paying any since we have a subscription for Claude. I feel like this is a decent project. We built a OpenAI agent, and we are also building a web app. It has created a few things. Now I recommend you to spend more time reading the code and understand how the agent is created in such way. And you can also use your domain expertise and other things to enhance the prompt. And currently we are asking only 3 to 6 search, but for different topics we can enhance it. And citation, this is great. Yeah, we are almost at the end. Implement real-time progress tracking and streaming. This is good. I wouldn't come up with this idea in one go. Maybe I will iterate and figure it out. I'm glad that Claude Code took some time to think about this. Leo is asking, is it a daily token limit per model? Actually, Claude, they refresh the token every 5 hours. If you're on $20 subscription, I feel like you can ask 40, 50 questions and it changes every 5 hours. Even though I started at 5:40 p.m. today, it says 5 p.m. And my 5 hour window ends at 10 p.m. Uh, so you can. This is good for tracking my token usage. This is live tracking. Uh, so we burned around 18,000 tokens writing code. I mean output tokens, and yeah, this is pretty good. We still have a lot of tokens to do. Currently I'm on $100 plan. If it's $20, probably you'd be close to this level, maybe. I mean, sorry, 5 times. You will be like somewhere here. Still, we can. I think $20 is enough to iterate a project like this. If it's out of token, you have to wait remaining few hours. After 3 hours, you can do the same thing again. I actually paid $200 last month, and then realized I got super busy with my current job and didn't have enough time to prototype anything quickly. So now I changed back to $100. Cool. Now it has finished everything. Okay. It uses .env and it's asking me to add my OpenAI key there. I don't want to show my OpenAI key publicly. Maybe what I can do is, let's see, click yes. Oh, okay, it's copy pasting, which is good. So it figured out it has to copy paste, easy, and it's not giving me any task to do. Cool. We are very close. Usually when I build some web app, usually the issue I'm facing is sometimes the CSS won't be there. I have to take a screenshot and paste it there and ask it to iterate one more time. It fixes it. I hope we finish in 2 minutes. I think it's done. Currently it's checking, and it may update the readme. While it's updating the readme, maybe let's try to run the code. Npm run dev. Oh, sorry. I think it created a new folder. Uh, ls cd web app. Yep. Npm run dev. Okay. Copy this. Go here. Paste. Yep. A research assistant. What would you like to research today? And even it come up with some own questions. Yeah, maybe let's use the same question. So we'll compare how it looks like. Copy, paste, research. Okay. Copy, paste, enter. It will figure it out. Thanks, Scott. Usually, yeah, it comes up very good. We might get one or two issue, but the thing is, you don't have to read what went wrong. You just copy paste and it will figure it out. Especially here it has to change the path. It uses two folder because it created a new folder called web app. So and it has to play with those. Cool. Copy. Yep, I think it should work. Refresh. Still writing some code. Yeah, let's paste research. This is very cool. Planning research is done. Gathering information is done. Actually, this is like dummy one, but still it's working behind the scene. Yeah, it may take. Yeah, it's still working, which is good. I feel like we will get decent output. Let's see the output and end the session. I hope it's productive. So this is good. I got the idea like just before the session, and within 1 hour we got something decent. 37 months of your work in seconds, says AI coding tool after dating. Yeah, this is a bit scary because since Claude Code has access to, it can execute the bash commands. What if it deleted all your files on in your computer? So uh, whenever it executing some bash command, try to check what it's running, and also you can um, explicitly ask it to not to do anything in allow and deny sections. For example, if you don't want it to delete anything, just use bash remove some comments. Okay, I need to, maybe let's do one more time. It completed, but it refreshed. Yep, there is a YOLO mode. I'll show you in the next session. which means in YOLO mode, you don't have to approve or deny anything. You just ask it to build something, it iteratively work it out and build it for you. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe if it's like working on some project here, you can create a Git. You can create a Git repo and then ask it to create checkpoint as it go. So whenever it finishes some task, it may push everything to Git. So that's a good way to track. So we have two more search left. I feel like it should work. If it's not working, let's end here. We can iterate in 1 or 2 times. We are very close. Maybe if you have Claude's subscription, try to recreate what we did, because we haven't written any lines of code ourselves. What we are doing is just copy paste and taking a screenshot, putting on screenshot. We are not doing any coding, so anyone can build cool things. So writing report. Oh yeah, this is pretty good. We got the research report. The links should be clickable, revealing average screen time statistics. Uh, uh, Strategies for reducing screen time. There are citations, conclusion, references. Maybe let's try download. I want to see what it comes up. Oh, it comes up as a empty file. Later we can enhance it to produce PDF like that. Oh, okay, interesting. It also creates share. I can copy email messages, copy it. This is good. I'm quite happy with the output. Thanks everyone for your patience. I hope the session is very enjoyable and predictive. Sorry, enjoyable. Thanks everyone. See you. Uh, I can help you with that, Tanmay. Message me. Thanks.